You know, it's not every day, Ashley, that we get to have a celebrity, a national celebrity here in-house, but today's the day.
I'm so excited.
Amanda Hanson, who, if you last night tuned into the Food Network and watched Cake Wars, you'll go, oh, Amanda, yeah, I saw her on TV
Yes.
last night. That's pretty cool. So you work at the Coburn's in Sartell, right?
Yes, I do.
For your day job. And last night, last night was the airing of the episode. You didn't just fly home this morning.
No.
When did you actually, so how did this all turn out? Like, how did it happen? What's when did you find out? How did you find out? How did you get into it?
Well, Sarah, who I met in Denver at a cake competition, she lives in Florida, and I obviously live here in Minnesota. And she just kind of contacted me. We've been kind of talking, the last few years, like still hanging out. And she was like, I want to be on Cake Wars. Like, oh, okay. She's like, if I get on, are you going to be my assistant? Like, well, yeah, sure. Why? You don't say no to that.
Right.
And then she did. She went through the process, and we went on Cake Wars.
So you grew up in Wilmer.
Yes.
Do you live in St. Cloud now? Or
I live in Sartell.
In Sartell, work at the Sartell Coburn's in on Food Network last night.
I know. It's so amazing.
How awesome is that?
I have to ask you, what was it like being on TV? Like, did you guys have to go through makeup before you got all dirty with frosting and everything? Or what's it like?
I had to do my own makeup. So
Don't worry, I have to do the same
Yeah, I have to do it every
You
morning,
did a
too.
good
I
job.
feel your pain.
You look beautiful.
I let Pete do my makeup every day. Just kidding.
So they fly you to L.A., or where did they shoot this?
Yep, they fly you out. They take care of you. It's like this big whirlwind. It's hard to remember everything that happened because it's like this weird dream. Seeing yourself on TV. It's like, who's that girl? She looks like me. And then, oh yeah, that's me. I'm on TV. I'm going to be in reruns.
You get a copy of the show for your own personal use, or did you DVR it?
We'll probably download the episode. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back and just watch myself, but it's an option.
Did you have a little party last night? Or where did you watch by yourself?
I had my boss over,
Okay.
and we had pizza, and we let my son stay up.
Okay.
So it was like a little mini party.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people were watching, and I had my phone was just dinging the whole time.
That's awesome.
And I wouldn't have a party in my house, but it was really awesome knowing that my friends and my family and my coworkers were all, out in all these places having get-togethers and cheering for me. It really meant a lot. It was like,
And now you're going to go to work, and people will be like, that's the lady from Cake Wars
is.
back
I'm
there
not gonna
making
get
my
anything
cake.
I
done.
want her to make my birthday cake.
sure.
So were you super nervous? Because you're aware that you're being taped and everything, and people are watching you do cake. I mean, was it totally different?
I don't know that I was nervous. We were very we're just determined. It was more let's just do it. Let's go. Let's do this. Start the timer. We want to make our cake,
Are you generally pretty competitive?
Oh yeah. Sarah and I
can
are
tell.
very competitive.
So what did they do with the cakes when they're done? When they're not on there anymore? Did you bid it off? Did you eat it? Did you bring it home?
Obviously, ours didn't get to go to the party.
And that's, by the way, I just want to, you guys got robbed.
Yeah, you got robbed for sure.
I don't know where my cake went. I assume it went to some sort of, maybe a gallery. Maybe they kept it so they can look at it. I don't know. It went to little cake heaven, probably.
I like it, little cake heaven.
So
it sounds like a place I want to go to.
I'm always amazed whether I'm watching somebody do live music or whether somebody paint or whether what you guys were doing, because I'm always amazed how people envision stuff in their head and then make it come. I have no artistic abilities whatsoever. So that's always so cool for me. Oh my gosh. It's one thing to think it, but then to actually make it happen.
Yeah.
So
How long have you, go ahead.
Oh. So everything that happens on TV, is that actually, I know they edited a different way, in a certain way to make it look all cool on TV. So everything that we saw, is that pretty much how it felt and what happened?
It's how it is how it felt. It felt a lot more. I thought we were going to come off more panicked, but we didn't. We came up pretty cool. I think we were very, very sassy. We were having a lot of fun, which I think we should get extra points for being fun.
For sure.
Do they prompt you? Do they say, you got to act a certain way, or do they give you pointers on what you should do so that there's high energy?
No,
or?
they might they're basically just running around trying to get what you're doing and get a good shot.
When did they actually tape this? When did you actually go out there and do this?
I can't say that.
Okay. So
That's top secret.
So then because my question was going to be, was this the first time that you watched it last night since you actually made the cake?
We made it and then we left and I just didn't think about it for a while.
So was there anything that you were watching last night that you totally didn't remember or forgotten about until you saw it on the show? Like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
When Sarah was like squatting down under the counter, and I'm pretty sure she was just going to try to like crawl away and hide, and I went over and like put my hand on her shoulder and was like all like mama to her.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know if I was telling her like suck it up and get it together, or if I was saying like sweet things to make her happy.
Pull yourself together. We're on TV.
But I was like, oh, that was nice of me.